talking about a topic that I'm really passionate about, misunderstood animals. If you're new here, hello, I'm Izzy and this is Kettle. I'm a huge advocate for the unappreciated animals of the world. I love misunderstood animals so much that I named my community the Misunderstood Animals. You can join the community by joining my Discord or by subscribing to this channel. Today we're going to be listing my 10 favorite misunderstood animals and briefly discussing why I think they deserve more love than they tend to receive. Before we begin though, I want you to make your own list in the comments. As you watch, you can see if we happen to have any favorites in common. Your list might also inspire me to make another one of these videos. By the way, all of these animals are listed in no particular order, except for the one I chose for number 1. Anyways, let's start off the list with number 10. Rats have one of the worst reputations of any mammal on the planet. Their reputation is so bad that the term rat with wings has been coined as a term of insult for pigeons, sparrows, and other birds. However, there's more to rats than meets the boggling eye. Rats are insanely intelligent, capable of complex problem solving, impressive memory, and the ability to be trained. What is she doing to my hair? Rats are also very social creatures and have been observed displaying empathetic and selfless behavior. Rats will go out of their way to help out other rats, even if it doesn't benefit them. I can already hear somebody typing, "But Izzy, rats carry disease! They caused the plague!" No more. It hurts. One of the biggest reasons that rats are disliked is their association with disease. And it is true that rats can carry diseases. However, it's important to remember that rats are not inherently dirty animals. They're opportunistic survivors who thrive in environments where sanitation is poor, which increases their likelihood of spreading disease. Most rats are only dirty and unhealthy because they've been forced to feed off of human trash and live in unsanitary, human-made conditions. Kind of like another animal that we've discussed on this channel. Raccoons are best known for their tendency to raid trash cans. They've earned the nickname trash pandas by both their haters and their admirers. Raccoons often get a bad reputation as messy scavengers that love to cause chaos in urban areas. There's lots of things to love about raccoons though. Raccoons use their uniquely nimble paws to complete tasks that other animals can't. This includes solving puzzles and admittedly opening trash cans. Raccoons also use their little hands to clean their food. Yes, you heard that right. Raccoons clean their food. How often do you wash your hands before you eat? Snakes are an animal that a lot of people are afraid of. There are snakes that are very good at hiding, very good at hunting, and that have a deadly bite. However, not all snakes are able to easily harm you. And even if they are, they're unlikely to bother you unprovoked.
Hey, what's up everybody? It's Em, and today I'm going to be telling you all about the very misunderstood Vietnamese Blue Beauty. This is my Vietnamese Blue Beauty snake. He is highly misunderstood. He's so misunderstood, in fact, that he has passed through several homes and was actually discounted at the reptile store I found him at because he was quote-unquote aggressive. This is not an aggressive species. They're a species that is very reactive, and unlike other species which would be very happy to flee, these guys are very well known for standing their ground. They make a fantastic display species. This particular specimen, called Lucifer, is housed in a 4x2x4 Zen habitats enclosure above my crested geckos, and he has never been so calm as he is now. I think that's because he used to be kept in a glass 40-gallon. This was before I had him, and that gave him access to see out from all 4 sides, which made him feel very exposed. Whereas here, in this enclosure, he has front opening doors. He can always predict where I'm going to come from, and he's able to actually disappear around the back. You'll see this lip at the top here from my rocky background. That there is deliberate. He can go around the back because he is a cave-dwelling species, so he feels most secure when he's able to completely obscure himself from view. He also has a couple of other hides, but this is not, as people would have you know, an aggressive species. He is just a very reactive and a very observant species as well. He is diurnal, meaning he comes out during the daytime, so he's got very good eyesight for an actual snake. Many snakes, especially the nocturnal ones, don't have great eyesight, but as you can see, he does have good eyesight. and I try and cater to his needs by not handling him very much. I try to let him just sort of live in peace, and I go in there for minimal maintenance. But they make a fantastic animal if you are willing to work with them, and that also means just being okay with the fact that they will never really love you back and might not enjoy handling. So that's Blucifer. I hope that you enjoyed this little section about him. Certainly a misunderstood species, but so rewarding when you are understanding of their needs.
Whether it be conscious or unconscious, oh my god. You don't understand how hard it is to record with her little nails digging into my skull. So I'm putting on the Snoopy hat. Let me know what you think. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. Media affects the way that people view snakes, whether they want it to or not. Having a fear of snakes isn't necessarily a bad thing. And I definitely don't want to imply that people who are afraid of snakes, or any animal for that matter, should feel bad about it. I myself find ants, for whatever reason, to be really unsettling. However, learning about the animals that you fear not only can help you understand them better, but can also lessen your fear of them. Crows are often associated with bad luck, death, and evil. Crows are best known for their dark feathers and spooky call. But there's more to these birds than meets the eye or ear. Crows are intelligent in more ways than one. Like pigeons, they can recognize human faces and remember who is nice to them and who is mean to them. They've also been observed using tools and having a basic understanding of physics. For example, crows have been observed displaying an understanding of water displacement, something most humans don't learn until they're like 6 years old. Crows, like a lot of birds, are social creatures. They travel in groups called murders. Yes, they're actually called that. Crows engage in complex cooperation, relay information to each other, and even have funerals for birds that have passed away. All to say that crows are a lot more interesting and a lot less creepy than people give them credit for. Bats are another animal that have been labeled as spooky. She's on the hat and it doesn't hurt, yay! There's a common misconception that bats are bloodthirsty, aggressive, vicious creatures of the night. However, bats make the truly dangerous bloodsuckers, aka mosquitoes, a part of their daily meal, or more accurately, their nightly meal. Did you know that the term blind as a bat is actually pretty inaccurate? Many bats have pretty good vision and eyes that are adjusted to the low light levels of the nighttime. A lot of species do use echolocation for navigation and hunting, but they're far from being blind. Another fun fact about bats is that they are not rodents. They're actually more closely related to primates than they are to rodents. Bats are also the only Bats are also the only oh my god, I keep saying that. Bats are also the only mammal capable of true flight, as all other flying mammals are only really ever gliding. I can't believe I haven't thought to wear a hat before to keep her nails off of me. Like, even when they're trimmed, they still hurt. This is just like perfect. She's happy, I'm happy, and I'm like super dripped out right now. There's a lot of reasons that bats are really cool and unique, but my personal bias towards them is mostly based on that cute little face of theirs. Speaking of cute faces, the Lampri. Hey Siri.
Go ahead.
How do you say lamprey?
Okay, I found this on the web for how do you say lamprey.
The lamprey is one of the most hated sea creatures to ever exist. Like with snakes, crows, and bats, much of the hate lampreys receive is rooted in fear. Many people believe that all lampreys are parasitic little monsters, but this simply isn't true. Some lampreys are filter feeders, only feeding off food that is much, much smaller than they are. Even when discussing parasitic lampreys, their viciousness is often exaggerated. A lot of the time, lampreys will only attach themselves to fish temporarily. They'll attach themselves to a fish for a period of time, feed on their fluids, and then eventually detach. In many cases, the fish is able to survive the interaction. How many fish have you gotten a meal from that live to tell the tale? Spiders are a feared creature that people are likely to encounter at some point in their life. Their many legs, many eyes, and negative portrayals in the media have given them a bad name. The fear and subsequent hatred of spiders is so unanimous that it's become its own genre of meme. Like with snakes, a lot of people believe that all spiders are dangerous. While some spiders have venom that can cause problems with the human body, most don't. Even a bite from a notoriously venomous spider, such as the black widow, is able to be treated. Spiders typically feed on bugs bugs that fly into their web. These bugs include mosquitoes, flies, wasps, stink bugs, and gnats. If spiders weren't around, the population of these other creatures would not be kept in check. Personally, I think the beauty of spiders is really underrated. Not only are spiders fascinatingly diverse in appearance, but their webs can be absolutely breathtaking. Next time you see a spider web in person, take a moment to observe it. Look at the intricacies of the design. If you're feeling especially curious, see if you can find the spider. You might be surprised by how well they can be hidden. Many people find the appearance of possums to be unsettling or unappealing. Possums are often described as a giant rat in a way that's meant to be insulting. However, possums aren't even related to rats. They're not rodents, they're marsupials. Possums carry their young in a pouch in the same way that kangaroos carry their young in a pouch. Once they're old enough to leave the pouch, baby opossums cling to their mother's back. It's absolutely adorable and provides a little peek into how lovely these creatures are. Naturally, possums eat all sorts of creatures, including ticks. However, some possums that live in urban areas are forced to scavenge for their food. Like with raccoons, the necessity to feed on human trash often contributes to their bad reputation. But if you ask me, possums are really interesting animals, and they're one of the creatures on this list that I would love to keep as a pet. It's no secret that people are terrified of sharks. A lot of media portrays sharks as vicious man-killing machines that seek out people to attack. Movies and stories spin a tale about malicious sharks taking a bite out of people for fun, but shark attacks are actually a lot less common than you might think. And sharks themselves are a lot less scary once you get to know more about them. Sharks are typically uninterested in humans in terms of being a food source. Most shark attacks don't end with the person being eaten in their entirety. Why? Because sharks don't find people tasty. A lot of the time when someone is attacked by a shark, it's because the shark didn't know what that human was or mistook them for something else. Sharks are often viewed as monsters, but just like everything else on this list, there's a lot to learn about sharks and even more to love about them. Are you a fan of birds? Do you regularly wear clothing? If you answered yes to one or both of these questions, you might enjoy today's sponsor, Bird Collective. Bird Collective is a brand that sells bird clothing and merchandise for bird lovers like myself. You can get a huge variety of things from Bird Collective, like hats, bags, and of course shirts. She's looming in the background. Bird Collective is offering a discount to my followers so that you guys can get some bird stuff at a reduced price. Thank you. You can find the sponsored link to Bird Collective's website in my link tree, and that's also where you can find the coupon code. Each purchase that you make with my coupon code or link will earn me a commission, which helps me to continue to make videos for you guys. I know I always say this, but I'm a genuine fan of Bird Collective. It's why I love being sponsored by them so much and why I'm always wearing their merch in my videos. Thank you so much to Bird Collective for sponsoring this video. Now let's reveal the last animal on our misunderstood animals list. Be honest, what do you think? It's Snoopy. Pigeons are so grossly misunderstood, it inspired me to create an entire lifestyle talking about them and taking care of one. I can hear what some of you are thinking. But Izzy, you're the pigeon girl. This list is biased. True. If you think pigeons should be anywhere on this list other than at number 1, pigeons are usually considered to be a gross bird and are blamed for making cities disgusting. However, pigeons are not inherently dirty. In fact, most pigeons like to keep themselves very clean. If Kettle is any indication, pigeons can be healthy and beautiful under the correct conditions, and can be wonderful pets for the people who take care of them properly. If you'd like to see an extensive list about pigeon myths, I recommend you check out the video that's on screen right now. The link will also be in the description of this video. It's one of my favorite uploads so far, so I really hope you enjoy it. That was my list of the top 10 misunderstood animals. Are there any animals that you feel like I missed? Write them in the comments and I might make a part 2 of this video. Originally, this video was just meant to be for fun, but interestingly, I think we ended up bringing 2 patterns to light about misunderstood animals. A lot of the animals on this list are hated for one of 2 reasons. Many of the animals on this list are hated because they are dirty. I find it interesting that the animals on this list are dirty because they live in human-adjacent habitats. Rats, pigeons, raccoons, and possums are among the animals that earn a bad reputation largely because they live near or in human settlements. Fear seems to be another contributing factor to the way that misunderstood animals are perceived. If the fear of these animals subsided, would the hatred also be reduced? I think so. And I also believe that fear can contribute to a feeling of hatred outside of the context of animals. Just a little something to think about. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have suggestions for other videos I can make, leave them in the comments. If you like my videos or my pet bird, you might want to consider subscribing.
Otherwise, the algorithm might ensure you never see me again.
Thank you to everybody that made this video possible, and thank you for watching. Bye!